Have you ever wondered how many people give up just one step away from victory? Imagine this. You've spent months, maybe years, chasing your dream, working hard, pushing through failures. But now, everything seems to be at a standstill. You ask yourself, maybe this isn't for me? And at that moment, most people turn back. But what if tomorrow was the day everything changed? Josh Carter, 29, a software developer. He always dreamed of building his own IT startup, one that would change the industry. His project CodeVision was designed to simplify coding using AI to automate repetitive tasks. He and his team worked on it for almost 3 years, but each time they faced rejection from investors. The money was running out, the team was losing faith. Josh was burning out. Every morning, he woke up with a thought. What if I'm just wasting time? Maybe I'm not meant for this. He watched other startups take off, securing millions in funding, while he couldn't even convince small investors. He was on the verge of shutting down and going back to a regular office job. One day, he randomly ran into an old acquaintance, Mike Randall, a guy who once tried to build a startup too. But after multiple failures, he sold his company for almost nothing and returned to corporate life. Mike shared his story. I was right there. Just a month before a major investor showed interest, I quit. Later, someone else did the exact same thing, but they didn't walk away. Now their company is worth billions. I still think about it. What if I had just held on a little longer? These words hit Josh like a lightning bolt. He remembered Howard Schultz, who got rejected 242 times before turning Starbucks into a global brand. He read about Sarah Blakely, who spent 10 years failing before she built Spanx. And then Josh realized something. He hadn't failed. He just hadn't reached his moment yet. After that conversation, Josh made a decision. He wasn't giving up. But motivation alone wasn't enough. He needed a plan. He analyzed his mistakes. His product was too broad, lacking a clear focus. He was trying to appeal to every investor instead of targeting those who actually needed his technology. His pitch was filled with dry fact, but no emotion, no story. Josh knew he had to change his approach. He focused on one powerful feature: automated test code generation, reducing development time by 40%. This was the breakthrough. Now he only spoke to investors who were genuinely interested in accelerating software development. He rewrote his pitch, adding a real-life story of a developer drowning in tedious tasks, until CodeVision freed him to focus on creativity. 1 month later, he secured funding. But this wasn't the finish line. It was just the start. Now he had to prove his idea was worth the money. He hired a marketing and sales team to attract early customers. But the launch didn't go as planned. The first version of the product was too complicated. Customers struggled. Sales were disappointing. Another failure? Maybe. But now Josh knew failure isn't the end. It's part of the journey. He gathered feedback, simplified the interface, added user support, and soon, customers started recommending CodeVision to others. A year later, the product was bringing in stable revenue. His company attracted a second round of investments. You're closer than you think. All you need is one more step. This world doesn't belong to the smartest or the most talented. It belongs to those who never give up. Maybe tomorrow is the day everything changes, but only if you keep moving forward. If you ever feel like you can't go on, wait. Give yourself one more chance. Take one more step. You're already closer than you think.